Talk Stroke. I am your host and stroke survivor, Jerry Walt. And for those of you that are new to this podcast, this show, I started doing this show to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, brain injury, and also to provide a platform for all survivors to share their journeys from all across the world. And also to bring on experts in brain health so they can share their knowledge for all of us to learn. Because obviously there's so much to the brain that we really don't know. Um, but anyway, this morning, my guest is Pete Andrews, and he is a pilot who survived 15 years ago a stroke and was left with aphasia. Um, and you'll be so inspired by his story. I don't want to give everything away, but he now lives in North Carolina, where he finds his purpose, connecting with other stroke survivors, helping other on their journey to recovery. So the past 15 years, he's been meeting with so many different people, different aphasia community members out there. So one of them, Triangle Aphasia Project, which he lives with his daughter, and Justine, his daughter, runs TAP, Triangle Aphasia Project. So and his son-in-law Jason, granddaughter Lucy. So anyway, so please ask questions, make comments, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to Let's Talk Stroke, my YouTube channel. And so please do that, and we'll go ahead and get started. So any questions, please ask, and we'll don't be embarrassed. So let's go. Taking a chance. Okay, it's funny, I hear some music bit back there. It's probably, I'm pushing wrong buttons here. So good morning, everybody. If I don't recognize you out there, I'll recognize, but I don't mention your name, I apologize. But all y'all, thank you so much for being here. And let's go ahead and bring on our guest, Pete Andrews here. So ask questions. Please don't be shy. Ask questions, make comments, and we'll go from there. How are you, Pete?
Good. How are you doing today?
Very well, very well. Good to have you on. And I know Justine's right around the corner there, I'm sure.
Yep.
There you are, who is your daughter.
Yes. And she has done everything for me, so I can't complain at all.
That's awesome. Yeah. Sometimes we can, but
Yeah.
No. So Pete, I'm so happy you're here. So maybe we can just start with who was Pete before your stroke 15 years ago? Time flies, doesn't it?
Yes, it is. Before my stroke, I was a pilot, and I flew corporate. So all the rich and famous people.
Wow.
I used to fly them all, and I really enjoyed that. I can't. I wish I was still doing it, but you know what? It is what it is, and but I loved it.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. When I hear that you flew planes, I was so excited. Now, because I flew planes as a hobby, but
Right.
it's amazing. So since you had your stroke, when you had it, what did your family, how'd they react when how the stroke happened? Was there a cause or?
Well, when I was my kids, Ryan and Evan, they were playing baseball with them, and I was the coach on third base, and right in the middle of that game, I had a stroke, which is a little different from other kinds. uh, mine, a lot of people do have it, but mine was right in my brain. Um, so I couldn't. I don't really know what happened after that point. But what what I did find out was I uh, went to. They took me in an ambulance and had me checked out, and they said no. And they got me. It took me with a helicopter and flew me to another place a little farther away, but uh, better um, brain injuries and stuff.
Right.
And what they ended up with, they took my brain to swell, and so it was off for a couple of months, and then they put it back on again, which um, saved me.
Yeah.
If you stayed on, I would have probably died from it.
Yeah. You had a craniotomy, and so you had to wear a helmet,
Right.
basically.
Yep. Uh,
Yeah.
oh,
Absolutely.
oh boy, did I hate that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, for 2 months wearing that, and every inch you walked, they had that on there, and you look back, it was for a good reason.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But when here I am, barely alive, and I'm going, oh, I gotta keep wearing this. Yeah, just one of those funny kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah. You look back and think, wow,
Yep,
what you've been through.
yep, mm,
Yeah. But and by the way, you speak, I know that aphasia, stroke, you speak very well. Really amazing,
oh,
by the
thank
way.
you. Um, I when I had my stroke, um, almost a year where I didn't say a single word. Um, I would talk and would come out with yeah. uh,
Y-
what did you say? Yeah,
Yeah. Did you know that you were speaking like that?
yes.
You
Um,
did. Okay. Okay.
yep. I would try to come up with something, but it went up with
Right.
um,
Yeah.
and
Abs-
it was kind of funny. I mean, when I look back at it,
Yes.
um, it it all of my stuff doesn't bother me anymore. But um, when I had things were brand new to me,
Right.
that was different. Like when you're trying to get a word and it says, "Bleh, bleh, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah." Oh, am I going to be that way for the rest of my life? Or, but I was lucky.
Yeah. You worked at it.
Yeah. But it still, a lot of my friends still can't talk. Um, or some people have um, um, a lot of everybody's different
Yeah.
from their stroke.
Yeah.
Um, and uh, when I found out all my friends and everything, everybody talks a little different from everybody else. Um, like me, I'm lucky that I can talk a little more than usual, but on other parts, I can't. Um, I can't walk very well, um, because the way my stroke completely in half. So one half works and one half doesn't. And everybody's different with their stroke.
Right. So it affected your left side?
the I'm
On
saying
your, yeah, like,
this side works.
okay.
Yeah, right side. Mm.
Yeah,
Um, um, and then this side uh, just doesn't work. Um, and like I've been going to lately, I've been working on my arm,
good.
and it's it's good, and but yet it still doesn't move. Doesn't That's the way it is.
Right, right. But you're still working on it. I mean, at least you're doing
Right.
something. Yeah,
Yep. Oh yeah.
yeah,
I um everything that you do or I do um is for good things. Um, whether I walk a little bit or I happen to have a scooter, so um, so I can go anywhere by myself. Um, like I can go to the grocery shop. I can go to CVS. Um, I even go uh, to the person that works on my arm. Um, so I like those kind of things.
yeah.
Uh,
A two-wheel scooter?
um, a four scooter.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
good for you.
I sit in it, and it's it's perfect. Mm.
I'm I'm glad that you're doing that. I mean, you're just not getting yourself, all pity party.
Right. Um, uh, it's all all good things.
Yeah,
Um, um, like I was going to tell you too. Um, when I first had my stroke, I kind of hated myself for a bit,
you did. Okay.
um, because you know your best job forever for now ever you're done.
Just
Um,
like, take it
yep,
away. I
just
know.
like that. And so what I did, which probably took me about a year or so, and then I've started to all the good things um, to help anybody that I've talked to, um, how how to get through with things, and I've run into a lot of people, and um, uh, I really enjoy it to help people um, as best as I can.
Yeah, because you said you're talking to other stroke survivors out there, survivors daily. I mean,
Oh yeah,
that's very that's encouraging. It helps you out too, because that helps with me too. If I'm talking to other survivors, I get encouraged, and it helps me. It's good to see what you're doing. I mean, like Christopher here said, I don't know if you this comment you just put up. Thanks for the encouragement and confidence. I mean,
yep,
and you've got a lot of people out here that and I do see somebody here that is Anne Marie. Nice to see
yeah,
you.
yeah, yes, I do know her, and
Yes, that's right. And do you see? There's a lot of comments here that that I don't know some of them, and I'm sure you do. I don't know if you've been looking at some of the comments, and so I tried to bring the ones up that are. I mean, you're all important out there. I don't want to take away from that, but there's a lot of you know. Okay, I don't want to dig a hole here, but uh, you know, um, yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Make comments and ask questions too. As you know, when we have our stroke or a brain injury, our life's an open book. I mean, that's how I feel.
yep.
So, how long were you in the hospital?
Um,
Do you remember that?
but pretty close to 4 or 4.5 months, and then uh, I finally got back home, and what do? The first day that I'm home, I tried to walk and I fell, and then it's just one of those things.
Yeah, I know. With a helmet?
No, I already had it off.
Ah,
Uh,
but even
so,
still,
yep. But it, I've learned now exactly where I'm gonna hit and fall and this stuff. So, um, don't jinx myself, but um, I've been pretty good with not falling or yeah.
yeah, I know. I understand there. Um, I don't want to change the subject, but I did look at your interview on TV, and I I got to see if I can bring it up. But it's you doing an interview on live television, um, and the passion that you have. And I know Anne-Marie just brought this up here. Uh, Pete, do you know how to make bread? That's one of your things.
Yep. And I really enjoy it.
Yeah,
And uh, it wasn't too long ago. Um, my daughter said, "We gotta have bread in a while." So uh, I went and made two of them, and um, it was gone. And uh, well, a bunch of us went to Tap and brought bread there, and it was all gone.
yeah, and that's really helped you. Your well, I'll just so I don't forget. We talked about this how it'll come back in, it could be 10 minutes. Like, that's right. So you did. It sounds like you were more mad at yourself, or do you mind me asking? Because I was 49 when I had mine. How old were you when you had your stroke?
uh, Probably pretty close to that. Uh, what's that?
52.
52.
Okay, it is
Um,
pretty close, huh? So,
yeah.
wow. So how? Because we all go through that. Not a lot of people, but depression of it. 'Cause it sounds like you were a little mad at yourself.
Oh yeah. At the like I said, usually about for me, and
Right.
everybody's different.
Yes.
But mine took me about a year before I realized I'm not going to work anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do other kinds of things that I can't do. Like I cannot read and I cannot write. Um, and one of my favorite things that I always had were books. I for me reading books, that's was my life.
Right.
Um, and now it doesn't work. And I've even tried tapes and everything to try to do that, but it doesn't go in my brain good enough.
But you found new hobbies.
Oh yeah. Um, uh, One of my favorite is uh, working on puzzles.
Wow.
Um,
That's how's that going?
Good. I usually have uh, a puzzle done in a month. Um, some are a little less and some are a little longer, but usually it's like 1 month.
Right, right. Now, when you go to the CVS, whatever, do you go by yourself?
Oh yeah,
You do. Do you
yep,
when you go, I keep thinking, when I go to somewhere, if I'm going out or anywhere, I'm thinking ahead, like thinking, okay, where am I gonna fall? Or is there any potholes in the road or something? I mean,
yep,
that's a big thing that I think most people think of when you're a brain injury
yep,
survivor for the most part, because I have to look at the road or wherever I'm going. Um,
yeah. Oh,
no,
now you can drive, right?
yes, shh, because yeah, no, I can drive, but um, they never took my license away. Oh
Yeah.
boy, hope no one's watching. That's no,
Uh-oh.
yeah, yeah, that's funny.
Well, with mine, it was kind of funny too. I said at a certain point, I said, I'm going to see if I can drive. Um, and so I took my daughter, who just had an old uh, uh, thing for her.
Right?
So I went around the block and I realized not going to do that, because with my eyes, both sides are half. And so I I tried that, went around the block, and just went,
Not gonna work.
so,
Yeah, so your peripheral vision.
right.
Yeah. So it's like almost you have like a horse, they have the
Yep.
things on. Yeah.
Both of them on both sides.
Right.
Um,
Wow.
and so,
That wasn't safe.
Yeah, I bet.
That.
Exactly. So tap. Tell us about tap too. I'm gonna put the screen so you guys can and you can introduce yourself too.
Well, I'm Justine. I'm Pete's daughter, and he moved down here to North Carolina with me 4 years ago or so.
Mhm.
And so I'm very fortunate that I get to run Triangle Aphasia Project for a living.
Right.
Dad, do you want to share what TAP is?
It is a lot of good things. We have so many people, and I cannot complain at all.
It's all great things, all great people, but we provide groups that are kind of a blend between support groups and speech therapy. So we have groups that are led by certified speech therapists, but the groups are all different topics. So there's a sports group and a movie group and a Bible group and a conversations group, so people can work on their conversation skills, their reading and writing skills, basically anything to do with aphasia, and recover at the same time with the guidance of a speech therapist. And then we also provide some resources for families in the community. So it's a nonprofit organization that I get to run. So I can't escape aphasia.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, I did. That's just sorry.
I can stand. You're good.
Okay. And so the I put right here. That's the aphasiaproject.org. That's the website.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we serve people in all across North Carolina, both in person and virtually. So if anyone's in the state of North Carolina, we're here for them. And if not, feel free to reach out anyway. We can say hi.
Yeah, and if they want information on it, I put this up here too, right? info@aphasiaproject.org. So I suggest everybody go with it because the website is really cool. You did a great job. I mean, so thorough, so much information, which I love it. You did so wonderful on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's just let's see here. Saying to you, Anne Marie said hello to you. I don't know if you saw it. Or and Marcy.
Oh, good.
You know Marcy, I guess.
Yes, I do.
Yes, absolutely. And let's see. Yeah, Anne Marie is saying hello to you, Marcy, too. So,
Good.
yeah, there's.
I like. Oh,
What's
I'm
that?
sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was.
It is what I found is I love talking to people.
Good.
And I don't know how many people, but I talk to somebody once or twice a day.
Nice.
To be part of the team and everything else. Most of them are stroke people, and we have another very good friend, and she has wait a minute. There's a name. Um, uh, okay, I'll think about that one.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh, what is it? Oh well.
I told you I'd be doing this the whole time. Good morning, Lauren. I see you. Also, let's see. Neil says hello too. Neil Taylor.
Okay.
And also, let's see. Joy's asking you a question. I put it up on the screen. Pete, does someone drive you and your scooter to the store in? I'm so bad for this. Avon.
A van.
Oh, van. Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. Sorry, Joy. Or do you live close enough to the stores? You just ride the scooter there.
That's it, exactly. I take my scooter and go all the grocery places. They're all not too far away.
Right.
And it really works out well. Sometimes they take my scooter and put it in their when we're driving the car, and then I have my scooter somewhere else and go for all good things.
Good for you.
Yeah. It was like last month we had a Durham Bull game, a baseball game,
right?
And I took my scooter there, and it's easy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd have to walk all the way from the very beginning to get there, which would take me. I'd still be walking. And
I can add, as a caregiver to any of the caregivers who are out there watching and listening, and something I always strive for is to do things that will help him gain his own independence. So if we bought a house that's close to a grocery store plaza so that he can go to his own places, and we always make sure his scooter's charged so that he's ready to walk out the door. And we installed this single-handed can opener. And so, there's big things. We picked a house that's in the right location, but we also do small things, because if he has his independence, we have our independence.
Yeah, that's true. Is it like for us, the shower, a walk-in shower? Do you have, I look at all those little things, ramps or something to get, not a lot of steps.
Right. Well, everything is one floor.
Yes.
So that's another good part for me. I have no problem. I have I take a shower. There's a what do you call that?
Chair?
Yeah. What do you do when I'm taking a shower?
I think it's like a chair, like a bath chair, bench.
Yeah,
thing.
The shower chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, things like those are really good for me.
Yeah, that's great. Carol is saying, hi, Pete. Mark and I say hi, and we're enjoying your interview.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so that's great. You got everybody out here. This is nice.
Yeah.
Really good. So what do you tell people that are, you're 15 years out. What do you tell somebody that's going through, I don't know if it's the beginning or it could be 15 years out or longer, and they're still having, issues with, anxiety or just.
For me, I've been pretty lucky. I don't get upset about anything. And it's funny. Everybody laughs at part of it. A lot of people who have had their stroke, um, people swear. That's part of their stroke, and mine was just the opposite.
Ah,
I don't swear at anything, and um, it's just kind of funny the way it works.
you have a filter.
Yeah, uh, you know, normally, um, it's just funny
Yeah.
looking back. As a pilot, we used to swear all the time. When you're just hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
Um, and when have now, I don't think I've sworn in since my stroke.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you still stay in contact with your old pilot friends and all that?
Oh yeah, I still talk to them quite a bit, and
Like,
um,
yeah.
a, a lot of fun.
Yeah. Good for you. Um, so yeah, my swearing very hard at one time. No
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
That's great.
With your stroke,
Yes.
um, w- would would that be noticed to you with swearing?
You know, I no, I don't I never really swore a lot, but I guess maybe um when I was younger maybe, but
Yeah.
here and there now it's more of like I have some good like my great kids are great. So we joke around and stuff and we say things, but it's
Yeah.
all in fun. But
Yeah.
yeah, but not with my well, my mother actually too. She's 80 something years old, so she's you know,
Yeah.
yeah, but no, I actually never. But I when I was in the house, my daughter told me, I wasn't a happy camper in the beginning.
Right.
Did you like speech therapy?
Um, I at first with the place I was staying for the 4 months, um, I didn't really like that one. Um, but when I went back home, and then I had a person, I would go there uh, 3 times a week, and um, one was for my arm, one was for um, 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 well, uh, try to read and write,
Yes.
and the other one was a woman who uh, did my speech, and um, she always she did really well at me. Um, uh, she had me crying one time, um, and it's that part of your brain to realize I can cry again.
Yes.
And she did that way to me, and in a good way. Um,
Yeah. Absolutely.
uh,
There's Jerry Chapman saying, "I really love your positivity, but was there a time that you felt you were being punished?"
um, like I think I really for me is that first year where I kind of hated myself, but ever since then I've all done the good things.
Can I share
Good.
a mental health tip
Yep.
about the antidepressants and whatnot?
Oh yeah.
Um,
I think too an important thing to talk about, which people are talking more and more about, fortunately these days, is mental health of stroke survivors.
absolutely.
It's a huge issue, and I think close to that year mark, he got on a antidepressant pill, and it's not a high dose. It's just a little bit to help the serotonin production and help boost that chemical in
Yeah.
your body and in your mind. And I think he's still on that today, and that's been a really big help, is talking to doctors about what you're feeling and getting the help you need and acknowledging that. And I mean,
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Have you seen a neuropsychologist?
Yes. Well, oh,
a long time ago.
yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah. But they, like, when I first started, I think I had like, I don't even know, maybe 6 or 7 pills a day.
Yeah.
And as is each time I got rid of one, when, this is okay now,
Yeah.
and this one's gone, and then this one's gone. So I'm back to pretty normal. I mean, just uh, all regular problems,
Yes,
not my
absolutely.
stroke.
Yeah, and I agree 100% with your daughter, Justine. I just, mental health should be number one. I mean, because that's the big thing with stroke, with the brain injury. A lot of people hide it. They just, go away with. They don't show their true self. But we have our moments.
Right. And but I think, I mean, I can't even remember after my uh, stroke and everything. After I got better, I don't think I've ever had a really bad day where you just have to, I don't, I just blah, you
Yeah,
know. I will sometimes. I take a nap during
sure.
the day, um, and I take a nap almost every day,
Yeah.
um, and that part also brings me back energy and everything. So I I enjoy.
Good for you. It sounds like, I mean, well, you're obviously around some positive people. Your granddaughter, your daughter, and then you have Jason. That's you're in blessed company there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Um, I I can't complain at all.
good for you. So, any other things that we didn't cover on regarding a stroke? Because it's the 15 years. I mean, I sometimes I have to ask my kids, like, this many years, am I missing something, or trying to get this book done, and I don't know if is there something we missed, anything on there? Because you got a great story, and the positivity. I mean, look at these. There's another one here. I'm not. Like, it's hard to bring all your comments up, guys, but Susan's asked or saying you're very inspirational. Thank you for sharing your story and your experience.
Yep.
God, I read that fast. Whew.
It is really, see, it's kind of funny. I can't read, so
Oh,
uh,
okay.
when you're looking at these names and everything, for me, it doesn't make any sense. But when you talk, you said, "Oh, you this person, this and that."
Okay.
That's 100%.
Yes.
It it's just how everybody's brain is a little different from the next guy.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yep.
Here's one from Neil Taylor. I apologize if I'm butchering your name. Absharsky. Pete. It says Pete is a social butterfly and always seems to that you're happy.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Um, it, it
Yeah,
always
absolutely.
it always is. I enjoy. I talk to anybody, and
Yeah.
um, I'm like, what do they call it? A a butterfly. Uh, the
Social butterfly.
butterfly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Social.
Social butterfly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Anne Marie is saying Neil is in our Monday morning group.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, I'm just Yeah, I just get a little confused on some of the comments too. It's great that you guys are here making comments and again ask questions. But yeah, I'm really proud how you're speaking so
Thank
well. I
you.
mean, I know how that is a year after you still can't talk after a year, and after a year, it just doesn't come like that. It's kind of like, okay, now I'm starting to say a word here and there.
Right.
So it takes a while, but now look at you now.
Yep. I'm a lucky person. A lot of people and
Yeah,
everybody's different
sure.
again, but there are a lot of people who have a difficult talking, um, and that can be from um, the very beginning, and then they talk a little bit better and better every time. There's at least a good chance to try, and that is very important. Try.
Right, right. Just don't give up.
Correct.
Yeah,
Um,
because
uh,
you celebrate those tiny little wins. I'm sure Justine's seen that a lot, being totally involved with her nonprofit there. Right here, I put it aphasiaproject.org.
yep.
So yeah, just check it out. I mean, it is really it's so funny. Yesterday when I mean, different languages. Like I looked and I saw the Spanish one on there. I was like, wow, this is great. And you said you just put that on there. I was like, this is great.
Yep.
So, wow. So
Yeah,
obviously improving.
Yeah. There a lot of things that she does um, is all to help people. Um, uh, the person who used to run it, uh, more
Mara.
Mora, um, she um, ran there about 20, almost 20 years with her.
Wow.
Um, and um, she has done amazing things also, because she was originally started it because her 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 mom had a stroke, and so she started TAP at the very beginning.
Wow.
And,
And
yeah,
you never changed the name.
no,
We're still Triangle Aphasia Project.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome. I mean, what you're doing is just remarkable. Okay, this other I have to bring this comment up from Carol Washburn Wilson. You guys all, I'm sure you know Carol. She says yes, he is a social butterfly. He and Mark uh, banter back and forth.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. There's and I know that this is live on YouTube, Twitter, two Facebook pages. Obviously, you shared it, put it on your somewhere because there's a lot of people hearing that, which is great. And it's good that people are seeing you out here, do your song and dance.
yeah.
And I
Oh,
love your shirt, by the way.
ah,
You both have, yeah. Duh.
yeah.
Those are great.
We're not doing that for a reason, you know.
No.
Mm, mm,
Not at all. I know. But if you look, I don't know if you can see right up there.
Yeah.
There's your logo. Oh,
yeah,
you're looking like, yeah.
yeah,
But that's
Yeah,
awesome.
June is Aphasia Awareness Month.
Absolutely.
So we're celebrating all month long, just trying to build awareness and educate people, because a lot of people who have strokes have trouble speaking and they don't even know what aphasia is. They don't even know that they have aphasia.
Yeah. And I'm just wondering, you got involved. It took me 4 years to finally order my records, and I found this word in there. It's aphasia. What is that? So I don't know how, because I'm 13, out, and I didn't know what aphasia was. They never told me. So when you leave, do you provide anything like when someone comes out of hospital, and they, I get the piece of paper and says these are some exercise you need to work on, and see you later. Is there anything? I mean, do you provide anything with that? Because that's wow. Is that important? I wish I would have had somebody tell me something.
Yeah, we try to work with the North
Yeah.
Carolina hospitals and speech therapists to make sure that everyone knows that we're a resource available to them, and make sure everyone understands what aphasia is, and so that they can explain it to people too. Because we also want to explain that aphasia doesn't impact intelligence.
Yes, absolutely.
And so that's one of the first things we make sure people know to say is that my dad can be out at the store and say, I have trouble speaking, but that's it. It's just the speaking.
Right.
That's an important part of the education.
Absolutely. I know, we may not be able to talk back then or even still mumble around as I usually do, but the intellect is still there. And I have to keep reminding my wife, I'm still how I was before. But it's, wow.
It is kind of funny too, that you with doctors and everybody, like we had a doctor about a year ago, and he had no idea what I was trying to say. He was and I got back and I'm looking at it, talking with my daughter. I'm saying, I don't understand what a single word what he said. And so you people who are doctors and those type of things, they have to learn to slow down.
Yes.
Because a lot of us have a hard time talking.
Yes.
And it's just funny the way people don't know really how hard it is to talk or slowing down.
Right. 100%. I know it's difficult. I know. I just went to my neurologist and he asked if I have any more seizures, and I said, "Well, I had one, but it wasn't bad." And the only thing he says to me is, he goes, "Aw." That's it. And then he says, "Well, like he lets me go. We're done." He said, "I want to talk and find out why it's not." So I go to the pharmacist with my pills. I was taking an anxiety pill or whatever the pill was, and I was having seizures, and he said, "No, the pharmacist is the one that told me you can't. These don't mix. These medications. Why didn't my doctor tell me?" So you got to, you got to advocate, and that's what you're there for. You got to advocate for yourself.
You're right.
Yeah, and that's really difficult when you have aphasia. I mean,
right.
He could barely get a sentence in when this doctor was yapping at him so fast. Yeah. And so I was glad I was there, and he also, stood up for himself, and we said, you got to stop and pause, and we have to ask questions. And advocacy is important, and it takes practice.
That's great that you do that, because when my wife's there, she does the same thing. She just, she didn't let anybody, if we have to get another opinion, we'll do that. I mean, the doctors aren't always right. I don't want to, I mean, they're great, but I'm not going to rely on one doctor. I mean, they're not always right. Sorry, doctors, but that's,
Yep.
We recently got his old medical records, and there was a record from about 4 years after his stroke.
Right.
In the doctor notes, it said, had a conversation with Peter that his speech won't recover anymore.
Plateau.
4 years after his stroke. It's been 15 years. And look at
I know. That's, I know that the therapists say, I know that go 1 year after doing something, I was told you plateaued. This is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This can't be it.
Keep working at it.
They say that probably everybody says the same thing. Okay. You got 5-6 months, and then you're done. And they're so wrong.
Yeah.
We have people who talk with us, and every day they'll learn a word, or just one extra word is good.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know, uh, I always, um, I know I always laugh at this one, but um, everybody, I always remember um, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And, uh, I, it,
Guys, like
Yeah.
one month after his stroke, he couldn't say my name. He couldn't say glasses. He could say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
After a month?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow. I'm supercalifragilistic. Yeah, I don't want, it's like, yeah, wow, you should be proud of that. That's amazing.
yeah, and everybody's different. You know,
Someone just commented
Oh, I
that
didn't see it.
they can sing no problem. You see that one?
yeah,
Oh, let's see. Um, I just found out, no, is that the one
Yeah.
right here?
Yeah.
Uh, oh, Aubrey, nice to see you. Simply Aub's YouTube. She's awesome. I just found out last week that I can sing no problem, but still have trouble talking.
And that's the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious thing.
Wow.
Because it's in his brain as a song. So
right.
you you sing
Wow.
it. It's a different part of the brain.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, when we're talking about the appointments, Aubrey there again, she says her wife goes with her to every appointment, and yeah, she does not back down. She always tells medical people to slow down when talking to me.
Yes.
Awesome, Aubrey. That's awesome. I know I was just staring at you both, and I missed all the comments, so apologize. Yeah, yeah, Robert. Yes, we do. We can do, and yeah, this is awesome.
Another one that I go to, a CVS,
Yeah.
for my pills and everything.
Right.
And they also get the shot for COVID and stuff.
Right.
And they are so nice. They have learned that I have a stroke, and they slow down and talk to me.
Wow.
And that is very good.
Yeah, they don't get frustrated because I could see people looking at me when we're going out, and I could see people that look in their eye. I know it. I'm sure you know all this stuff, but
Part of it. And there's always something new too. We went to a place to eat not too long ago, and um, the woman who's talking very fast,
yeah,
and we asked her just slow down for us, and she was really good after that. She said no problem, and she realized that I think there was 4 of us having lunch, and they're all stroke people.
wow,
And she was the lady who was doing the order. She did it really good after we told her we've all had strokes.
right, wow. So
Yeah,
you have to tell people. They don't know.
right.
Mike is saying music is great for recovering. It is. I think it's going to Aubrey there. Yeah, it's it's great. Do you incorporate music into your into TAP, your nonprofit?
I listened to it, but uh, the words, I can't say the words like I used to. Like I was famous at driving the car. Uh, when I'm driving the car by myself, and the music is all there. But now um, I get part of it, and part of it I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And at TAP, we do have a music therapist who does a music group. And we have our Tap-tastics, which is our chorus group. And
Wow.
so, yeah, we do incorporate that. And because we know that, it doesn't work for every person, but
Sure.
for a lot of people, music can help recovery. And even if
Absolutely.
it's not, the speech therapy, it can help with the emotional part of recovery.
Absolutely. Now, just like Aubrey said, she just found out she can sing. I mean, I know her well, and she just found out she can sing, better than she can talk. Now, Pete, have you tried to sing?
Well, I could sing a little song, but no.
Oh, he sings.
The only really one that I can remember is another one of those ones that stick in your brain is a happy birthday.
Yeah. There you go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday forever. Happy birthday to you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Marcy, laugh out loud.
yeah.
That's what she's saying. That's awesome. What a way.
Yeah.
This is I'm so happy that you were able to be on here, and both of you. This is great, and I got to bring up your site again just because that. But there it is. So seriously, go to that site. I'm telling you, there's so much information there, and it really will help. I mean, what you're doing helps. Like when I was going through it, it helps me just to recognize like, oh, I got to do this, or I should be doing this.
Yep.
I'm in Texas. I can't kind of mosey on over there to try to get some help, but that's great stuff that you're doing.
Yeah, and I will say too, if anyone not in North Carolina needs help, needs resources, especially in the aphasia space, feel free to reach out. The website's aphasiaproject.org. It's right on the screen there. If you can also Google Triangle Aphasia Project. But we're also happy to help people find resources in their own areas. We know we have friends in a lot of different places, low places, high places, Maine, Texas, wherever you are.
Yeah.
So, feel free to reach out. We're always happy to help connect, because that's, what we, his moral of the story and what I bring to TAP is that connecting with others is essential. And Mara commenting there, she's the TAP founder. Building those connections, which he's done, before TAP, and now we promote, all in TAP, is making connections. And what you do here, making connections, talking to people, making new friends, hearing other experiences. I'm talking too fast now.
Yeah.
It helps with your recovery, both emotional and communication. It's important.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. Wow.
Mm.
This is great. I really appreciate it. And anything? Okay. I know I missed a lot of these comments here, but I'll go through and. Oh, look at this. There's Anne Marie saying, all welcome to join the Aphasia Center of Maine virtually.
Yep.
Anne Marie. It was nice talking to you. That's how we got introduced.
Yeah. I for the first time, I went to Anna Marie had a place for 3 days, and it was I'd never heard of it before, so I was Mr. Nervous. I was figured out.
Really?
I'm not gonna like this. I don't think it's good, and she had about 5 seconds later, and everybody's laughing and having fun, and I've never been ever been lost anymore with that one.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
She is amazing also.
Wow. Look at this. This is great. You got a lot of friends, and they're in high places. Well, and you said little low places too. So
we got friends everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's Marcy. Yep, a retreat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yeah, it was. I went for 2 times, and the first time, like I said, I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
But about 10 seconds later, it's all laugh and having joy.
Yeah.
And then the second year, it was just as good. But then came COVID and everything else,
Yeah.
and it kind of ruined that one. But it works out really good.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, no, glad to hear that. That's a success. Oh, that I'm,
One person commented that he has a lovely singing voice, and I think I beg to differ.
oh, right here. Serena from Nova Scotia, Canada. You have a nice singing voice.
I have to
Yeah.
live with that.
Oh, keep doing it. Keep doing it. And someone else, I saw that. Oh, Anna Marie. Okay. I love smiling nonstop. I've been
Yeah.
smiling. Oh, okay. Yeah. But you always can go through these because this doesn't just go away, you know, so it's always going to be there. These, and I'll send you copies too. So, but again, and you just hang on. Any other last words? Both of you, anything?
I really enjoy talking with you, and I gotta say, you and I are very similar with
Yeah.
our stroke, and a really great talking with you.
It's my pleasure too. Both of you too. I mean, it's just been what you're doing to help, you know, this stroke world.
Yep.
It's a
Yeah.
special community. I'm grateful to be part of it, and thank you so much for what you do, Jerry. This is awesome. This has been fun.
Thought banking was my passion. This is it. Just to meet other survivors out there and experts in brain health and people like you doing what you're doing to help all of us.
Yep.
I'm so proud that you're doing this because
Yep.
now I have resources to go through and go to and all that. So
Well, anytime you want to,
yes,
I'll hang out with you again. I enjoy it.
Tuesday and Thursdays. So definitely, I think next we'll talk in just a second right here. I'll just close this out, I guess. Nice meeting you too, Neil, and Aubrey. She saying thank you all for helping and sharing. Thank you again. We will talk to everybody later. And remember Thursdays. That was today Tuesday. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, well, thank you again, Pete.
Thank